Mahalo, everybody. Welcome back to the Dapper Dividend special Christmas Eve spectacular. YouTube, Instagram, maybe X. This should be live streamed to multi-platform. So not sure about old Instagram here if it's working here. But either way, welcome back. Exciting episode for you. And if you are indeed watching on Instagram or X, Twitter X, let us know. Give me a thumbs up. How does everything sound? We're going to talk with you for the next hour. I'm excited to hear about what you're buying, what you're doing. Vocals is still recovering. Went to a Cure cover band with a couple friends on Friday night. So, yeah. How are you doing? What are you guys going to be buying? What are you doing for the year 2024? I'm going to share my plan with you really quickly. But before we get into that, I have a very more of like a PSA for you, a very important message from the one, the only. Oh, it's not there. Oh, I goofed it up already. Well, we're all not perfect here. And I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna upload this. So this should be what is for you. Hey, we're still figuring this whole thing out here. So yeah, in the comments below, off to the side, wherever it is. Hello, once again, my name is Russ, and we're busy. I don't know if you guys, I was working on the newsletter. Gonna be kind of some of what we're gonna talk about today. But if you want to see all the portfolio activity, I would highly recommend it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a very important word for the year 2024 going forward for you from the one, the only, the late, the great, not forgotten, Randy Macho Man Savage.
I've soared with the eagles and I've slithered with the snakes and I've been everywhere in between. And I'm going to tell you something right now. There's one guarantee in life, and that there are no guarantees, yeah. And nobody likes a quitter. Nobody said life was easy, so if you get knocked down, take the standing 8 count, get back up, and fight again. Dig it.
Dig it. Yeah, fun fact, Mr. Poffo there went to Downers Grove North High School, and he's from the area. I'm out here in the Chicagoland region, and there's Costco's around. All right, one more. I know I was going to do one more, but here.
Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Okay, fun and games are over, and I would love to know what do you guys think of this? Leave a comment in the description. I've been playing with some things. I don't know. I got this. I found this cool 80s track. Does this add to the ambiance at all? Does this make it worthwhile? Having a little background music in there. Let me know. So I'm going to say hello to you guys one more time. And this is the plan. Dividend Rob, what's up, man? Nice to see you. Chris, Teresa, fantastic. See about you got DEA in there. Got somebody in Northern Illinois. And, oh, yes. So I will tell you, you are who knew in the company of greatness. Why? Because yours truly is the #1 dividend investing welder on YouTube since 2020. So thank you for joining us. Oh, there you go. See, I can't tell if it's too loud. Let me do that. We're having fun here. Here we go. How about that? Threw their way down. People are probably like, what the hell is going on here? Yeah, we have fun. What are you guys doing tonight? We have a party tonight. All day tomorrow is going to be booked. That we're obviously doing things. I have Tuesday and Wednesday off, so in the morning's going to get some of this done. But in the afternoon and evening, I'm going to spend that with my family, with my daughters. And why do I say the afternoon and the evening? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I live with two, not one, but two teenage girls. And apparently teenage girls need about 16 hours of sleep. I think they're challenging my cat to see who can sleep the longest. I think my cat sleeps about 20 hours a day. I'm sure my girls are jealous of that, but I don't know what they do to get so tired, but man, do they sleep a long time. So with that being said, everybody, this is my plan. Let me hide your comment there. So this is my plan for 2024 going ahead. And I've been listening once again. Let me preface this by saying that, come on, voice, hold up. Preface this by saying that I am listening to we got Shamir in there again. What's up, man? It's been a minute since I've seen you. I've been listening to the Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting once again, every single year going back to 1994. The first time I did that, is it still loud? Let me turn this off. I can't hear this background music. I'm going to just turn that off if it's too loud. Now am I going to turn it off? I think it's done. It's over. Okay, good. Yeah, just a little bit of fun. I don't know. Good. So I've been listening to every single Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting since 1994. I did it one time around. Didn't take notes, just listened to it, which was good. But now I'm taking notes. Every time I hear something interesting or something I can pass along to all of us, help us become better investors in a way. Yeah, Teresa, they are still growing. In a way that can help us. I've been taking notes, and every year I'm getting about probably 30 notes. I got a spreadsheet I'm putting together. So that's going to be really fun to look through. And I don't know if I'll put that in a book form, PDF, something for free for you guys to have, but I'll always be sharing notes. So the thing that I find interesting about what Warren and Charlie have always done with Berkshire Hathaway is that what you see today, they didn't plan that out. It has not been planned at all. It's all just been taking advantage of opportunities as they present themselves. And that's my plan for 2024, is to just wait for opportunities to present themselves and then take advantage of those opportunities. And it sounds a little counterintuitive, right? So my plan is going to be no plan whatsoever. But that's the very liberating thing about it, is we don't have to. In the past, I've said, I'm a little bit low on industrials. I need to add some industrial positions or position. I need to up that. And then I go out looking for something to buy in industrials, and 3M was a bit part of that. And I was like, okay, I need to buy something. I'm going to buy 3M. I need industrials. So that didn't always work out so well. So yeah, once again, real quick, tell me where you're watching. Is anybody watching this from X? Because it should be going out there. And if it is, that's cool. So I would love to know what your guys' plans are. We'll get into a little bit stock news. One of them that is really interesting, let me show you here right quick, is a CEO. So there's a website called ceo-buys.com. And on it, I've been seeing a ton. Here we go. CEO buys. Mr. Joey Agree from Agree Realty, ticker ADC. Look at this fool, man. So 2 years ago, he hadn't bought anything since a while, right? I know that doesn't look right. That shows March 24th of 2022, 2 years ago, I guess, coming up on that. So either way, May 15th he bought, May 18th he bought, August 3rd. Make that a bit bigger for you guys. How about that? Yeah. So May 15th, May 18th, you can see that he bought shares at, where are you? Look at it. He was buying at $65.35. Stupid highlighter. And then he was buying at $56.10, $53.84. He bought on October 3rd, September. He's also bought on December 12th and 13th at 58 and 58. So Joey Agree. This tells me that he values their stock. He looks at it as a good deal at $66 a share. And it's way below $66 a share right now. So that's something interesting that I like this site. Remember, CEO, I might have a link in the description below. I don't know. CEO buys. You can tell when the insiders are buying. So what do you guys think about Agree Realty? It's kind of I understand, like a little brother. I think Brad Thomas calls it little brother to Realty Income. So I want to get to you guys now here. Enough of my blathering. So that's my plan. It's kind of Seinfeldian, right? My plan is to have no plan. Kind of like, remember the Summer of George, right? I think when he was that the one where he was doing everything opposite? If he wanted to say no, he'd say yes and vice versa. Yeah, exactly. There we go. Talking about Seinfeldian right on cue, Shamir, with the Festivus for the rest of us. Yeah, sorry guys if you just joined in about the music. I was, hey, I'm playing around with it, testing a few things out here. Always trying to improve it and make things better. And I didn't get back to you, Fallen Zap. I'm in Northern Illinois too. I'm in the west suburbs of Chicago. And oh, by the way, if you guys didn't, we just talked, man, 2 weeks ago. Time really does fly. SCHD Stan, Mr. Craig in the house. Good. See, this is what I need you guys for, real time, to tell me that like the background music is a distraction, because I don't know. On this end, it's hard to tell. But when you're watching something, when I watch Ryan or Kevin Burgess, one of the things Kevin does is that I still do, but I'm getting better. It takes a minute. So he'll ask a question and I'm just like, bang, I'll bang out the answer. And like 10 minutes later, he answers it. But that is just things you got to learn, get better at. And you only get better at by doing, like Macho Man said, when you get knocked down, don't take, just get right back up, get back in the ring. I would buy a railroad stock. Union Pacific looks real interesting to me. Those are ones I've been thinking of. I probably should have went a little bit heavier into them. And we did a comparison. I did a comparison spreadsheet on the railroad stocks, which if you want, I probably could show you guys or drop the link. And actually, yeah, I wonder if I could do that. Let's see if I could do this without booting myself. I wonder if I could drop the link for that right quick into my StreamYard. So we compared, here we go, on November 28th, I did a railroad comp spreadsheet. And here we go. Copy it. Look at this guy. It's a Christmas Festivus miracle. We're going to paste it here and go like that. Boom. And I think that I don't know if it's clickable in the comments, but that's where it's at. And yeah, I'll show you, to answer your question, Mr. Kevin, what that looked like. Right, yeah. There we go. We had already shared it. So yeah, we put together this. I guess I can't make it bigger, huh? You son of gum. Go bigger for the people at home. That ain't going to work. Anyway, it's going to be big enough for now. So I just took a bunch of metrics from Simply Safe Dividends, and we did a comparison. So I think out of it, I did like a hockey style plus minus. CSX was the top one. So when you see this 9, 1, -3, all that I did was I took a bunch of their numbers and I pretty much, say for like revenue, I calculated we have the current, as of November, it was 14.7 billion for CSX. And is that number above or below the 10-year average, and how much? Currently 21%. So it got green. So these numbers, and I know some people nitpicked and said you can't compare a stock to itself and then to other businesses, but there might be some truth to that. So either way, just from this, Dapper Dividend style thing, CSX Corporation looked the best, but UNP had where's the dividend growth? I don't think I had dividend growth here. Yeah, the last 5-year CAGR, 15%. So Norfolk and UNP were the highest dividend growth. So there you go. If you want to take a look at that a little bit more in depth, that's there for you. Yeah, again, Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Sweet. Dividend Rob, he's on X. So kind of cool. I actually upgraded StreamYard for a month to try this out, to go the multi-platform streaming to see how that was. And that's fantastic. If you commented on X, oh yes, I do see now. You have a little X by your avatar. So, hey, this is how we all learn. I think you're the only one from X, but not bad. Am I looking to buy more Pepsi? I've thought about it. If it drops into the 150s again, I very well may. I feel really comfortable with them. Again, one of the things Warren had said is that the Rosetta Stone of investing is to just the Rosetta Stone of investing is that you're buying a business, not buying a stock, you're buying a business. And I feel comfortable like thinking about, even if you buy a fraction of a share, we're supposed to think of that as buying the entire business. And would you be comfortable buying that business right there? And I think for me, PepsiCo, I'm very comfortable owning them. It's well within my circle of competence. I can understand them. And I think they're just going to keep growing. I was reading an article in Food Dive about they're trying to get healthier. They're trying to offer more healthy options. And did you know 2/3 of Sun Chips are eaten with a meal, which is why Subway is real big into the Sun Chips. So kind of a cool little stat there. Fast Eddie, stockpiling cash. Wife is 4 years from retirement. Dude, that is awesome. Yeah, I've thought about that because I've kind of been inadvertently building up cash. I sold some positions. We sold out of a bunch of IIPR. Intel, which, yeah, if I could have held, we could have had an extra, $600, but we don't know what's going to happen. Like Macho Man said, the only guarantee is that there are no guarantees. So at the time, Intel for me, including dividends, it was at like 42.09. I sold it at, which was a $50 gain. So I could guarantee locking in, a $50 gain plus the dividends I had received. And there's no guarantee it would have kept going up. So I made my peace with it. I said, I'm happy. I don't understand the long-term advantage of, here you go. You want to talk about chips? I don't understand the competitive advantage of an Intel chip versus an AMD chip versus an NVIDIA chip versus a Texas Instrument chip. I know there's people that do, but for me personally, I don't. Now, when we talk like Doritos, Fritos, Cheetos, Tostitos, I think PepsiCo has cornered the market on all the Eatos. They have all the Eatos, and I understand those, and Sun Chips. I understand Pepsi's products. I see that people dude, my kids, if they have a choice, they're going Doritos 100 out of 100 times. It's just something about that brand that has that unique flavor that even the knockoffs, they never really taste quite the same as a Dorito chip. So that I can understand. So Dorito chips, I understand their competitive advantage, and I believe they're still going to have that competitive advantage in 10 plus years. But Intel chips, I don't understand their competitive advantage, and I don't know. So there you go. Kind of a thought, right? Like the business you understand better is probably the stock you should buy. So that's one of the things that I'm trying to go forward. Oh, we also set up a Roth IRA for my wife. That will be there. Dividend Dad, what's up, man? You're on X too. Yeah, I see now. So you guys can see this comment. See how you got that little X there, and then you got Shamir with the little YouTube logo. Catching on, you see. I'm learning, right? That's my trick. I keep learning. Yeah, Jim, dude. So I wasn't sure about this morning. I was like, thinking, when am I going to do this? And I was just like, man, forget it. I'm just going to go live at noon because tonight's busy. Tomorrow's busy. Maybe we might have something cooking for Tuesday. And I was like, we'll just do it now. Whoever's on, 50 of you are on. I love it. Oh, look at this. Dude, Hipster Finance. Nice to finally talk to you. And I guess this is one of the benefits of going live on X. And I haven't seen anyone from Instagram yet. I'm not quite sure if it worked. I have a suspicion that it didn't work on Instagram. So we'll have to look into that. But nice to see you. And he says tiptoed into Intel. Feels lucky to be up 30%. And it could go higher. It could go a lot higher. For me personally, I was like, I have no freaking idea what could happen, what could disrupt. I don't understand it other than looking at like the revenue and what they're investing in. But for me personally, it's just not enough. Kevin, I did not sell Lyondale Basel. That's one that I'm thinking of. And in all honesty, I'm probably going to hold it until I see something that looks so stupidly cheap, a complete no-brainer, lobbed up softball pitch you can knock out of the park. And at that point, if there is something that's just so stupidly cheap and is just begging I'll probably sell LyondellBasell and go into that. But until then, I'm not in much of a hurry. And my big bugaboo with LyondellBasell is because they're so heavily tied to commodities that if the commodities are not as in demand or there's fluctuation there, then that affects their business. So there's things that are outside of management's control with a LyondellBasell that, that's why I'm not adding more. But no, they're well run. They're well run. There he is, my guy. Merry Christmas, Cody. We were texting a little bit last night. Another creator, person, investor here in the Chicagoland area. I hope I didn't have revealed too much. Oh, look at this. Paulo from Portugal. What's up, man? Have you ever been to Porto? I listened to a podcast with a guy that was in Porto for a wedding. I did sell all the shares we were up on IIPR on. We had 45 shares. 10 of them we started buying in the 175 to 190, 200-ish range. And then it just cratered when the whole cannabis bubble popped. So I started adding more under 100, mostly in the 80s to 60s. And very well-run company, very low debt, super, super well managed. But one of my worries is that it's twofold. One is that when cannabis goes legal at the federal level, I just don't know what that's going to do to their business. And you could make a case that it's going to be good and it's going to be bad. And it's just that uncertainty that I would rather just not worry about it, because I just don't know when it's legal federally and banks can start making investments and loans to startups and grow farms. I don't know. It's a fun thing to think about. What is that going to look like? And I just don't know. It's a huge void there. So yeah. And then the other thing I said too was they overpaid from what I understand, for a lot of their property and setting it up. And they've built that into the tenants' rent. So they're kind of getting back some of that money with their rent. But the problem is that it's a super high elevated cost per square foot to rent. And if they were to repurpose some of their property for industrial, they're not going to be able to charge that. If you have an intermodal or a shipping company that just wants to store crates of whatever they're shipping cross dock, take it off one truck, move it around, put it on another truck. They're not going to be paying what the grow farms are paying for the medical marijuana facility. So it's just, put it this way. If I'm looking at IIPR's future 5+ years out and PepsiCo's future 5+ years out, IIPR is just way more cloudy, and it's not because of the management. The management is solid, but there's so many things that are way outside of their control. So that's kind of a nutshell answer, long way of why I sold IIPR, but I do still hold the 10 shares we're down on just in case I'm wrong. And I want to see what happens with those and kind of keep track. So again, locked in profit. I lost no money after being way the hell down on IIPR. And that's what we did there. Is 3M now an opportunity? I'd love to know what you guys think. I haven't kept tabs too much on 3M. I believe they still have litigation out. I think the dust has not settled yet, because don't forget that later this year, they're going to be spinning off the consumer health. And when they do that, I think they're going to use that as a cover for cutting the dividend, meaning that they're going to probably reduce their dividend, much like AT&T did when they spun off Warner Brothers Discovery. And assuming the consumer health pays a dividend, if you take the consumer health segment, spin-off segment dividend, and 3M's dividend and combine them together, I don't think it's going to equal what 3M is paying right now. So effectively, that would be a dividend cut. I think that they are going to do that because they've been given those penny token increase raises, right, for 4. I gotta say 4. Excuse me. My wife is fond of pointing out when I sometimes say stuff like that. I don't say 4. I say fur or fur, however I said it. So 4. I don't remember what I was leading into, but either way, I think that they're going to cut the dividend, and that's something to keep in mind. And we don't know; they may not. Yeah, your work. Oh, good. I'm happy to have you. And see, that's one of the benefits. Usually, for those of you watching, I do this at on Sunday nights, so it'd be tonight at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Knowing when a stock is undervalued, there's a lot of ways. I mean, I know PE is a popular one, but honestly, there is no one exact metric, none. And the reason that is because you have to make assumptions about the future cash flow. And to properly value a business, you have to know all of the cash that is going to come out of it from now until the end of the business or until the end of the world, whatever it is. So you have to know all that cash that's in the future and then discount that back till today. And you have to use the appropriate discount rate. Very subjective, very, very subjective. I know some people use, I think, dividend yield theory. They look for when the yield is way above the 5-year average. You know, the PE is a popular one. Price to sales is a popular one. So if you have a price to sales of 1, it means you're paying $1 for every $1 of sales that the company's currently bringing in. And if it's, 0.62, it means you're paying 62 cents for every $1 of sales. You could do the same thing with free cash flow. I mean, you can do the free cash flow yield. I know it's a lot, right? And some people are like, dude, this is why I ETF invest. And I don't blame you. I mean, we opened up a Roth for my wife to put money into VTI. But yeah, you can take the free cash flow that a company stock has, divide that into the price. That'll give you the free cash flow yield, and you can compare that to the current 10-year treasury, say. And if it's below that, then maybe you don't want to invest. But if it's above that, it might look a little bit better. So, yeah, I wish there was an easy tip. Everybody likes to have their numbers, but honestly, man, giving a stock, right? They say investing is knowing how to value a business. And if you don't know how to value a business, you don't know how to value a stock. But valuing what a business is going to do in the future, obviously, because, hey, as of this recording, I'm not aware of anybody that knows what's going to happen in the future. So we're making guesses about the future. And as we know, I mean, they could be wildly, wildly different. So my simplified way is thinking about Pepsi, meaning that, do I think where Pepsi's at right now, do I think that they're going to be making more money as a business 5 years from now? And if your answer is no, then it may not be an undervalued stock. But if it is, then yes, because eventually the stock price will follow the fundamentals of the business. It has to. Sometimes it could take a long time. That's why with GameStop, what has 2 thumbs and is not surprised about GameStop's price? Yeah, this guy. Why? Because their fundamentals are crap. The business is in decline, clearly in decline. So I know the meme stalkers and the Wall Street bettors had their fun, but dude, Ben Graham was just so spot on when he said in the short term, the market is a voting machine, GameStop, but in the long term, it's a weighing machine. And eventually the fundamentals catch up with the stock. So if you think the fundamentals or the profits, the earnings are going to keep growing into the future, then the price is going to go up, and naturally it would be undervalued now. So that was a really, really long-winded answer. Hopefully that was helpful to some of you as we work through this. Pat, what's up, man? You open up a position in Nextstar. Fantastic. I hope you did your research and your due diligence, because for me, that's why I bought a lot more. I sold positions to buy more when it was in the 140s, and I nibbled a little more after we got to 100. But for me, you saw that video I did. I cheated a little because I've been putting a lot of effort into this next video, hopefully for next weekend. about being an automatic millionaire and targeting it toward teenagers. It's what I want my kids to do. If I were to vaporize and vanish, I want them to be able to watch that video from start to finish, and at the end say, okay, I know exactly, what dad thinks, why he thinks it, and what I should do going forward from here. And in that, like I said, we opened up a Roth on Fidelity for my wife, and that one took a little while because having to edit it, dude, I had like 30 minutes of recording. I edited it, edit, crazy. I edited it down to like 4 minutes, 30 seconds. But within that, I had to keep putting the little blur boxes over all the account numbers. So it's truly a labor of love, but I didn't want any important information to be shown. So you guys will see. But yeah, I was working on that, and I'm still working. I had some late nights, worked yesterday and whatnot. But anyway, so as far as Nextstar, I really do understand the business. I think I understand it, and we're going to go up here. You'll see, for those of you that get the newsletter, you can sign up at dapperdividends.com or below. But I did sell a covered call on Nextstar, and this one, ladies and gents, it may be a little bit of greed overriding rationality, because I sold a covered call. That Nextstar doesn't have weeklies; they have monthly. They go on the third Friday, right? That's options X day. That's when options always expire, on the third Friday. So I sold a $165 covered call because, looking at the short-term chart, it's telling me that it's going to struggle, that their share price is really going to struggle to go above like 160, 161. And it has. Remember, the chart is not, it's like astrology, but I received $400 from that. And I think when I divided the $400 I got from selling that call into our cost basis, it was like a 2.5% yield. And I was thinking, like, I needed a higher yield if I was going to take more risk, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. But I was trying to also lower my cost basis, because when I got that $4 per share, $400, effectively, I just lowered, if I let it expire, worthless, I lowered the cost basis $4 a share on Nextstar. So we'll see what happens. But I think they're going to have a ton of money coming in from the elections, and that's going to be good for them. John, what's up, man? What stocks am I thinking of selling? Yeah, I don't really do that preparing for a drawdown into 2024, just because it may not happen. I mean, right? Probably because everybody and their brother expected a recession in 23 and it didn't happen. And everybody's like, okay, we're in the clear. Soft landing. We did it. So that probably means we're going to have a nasty recession in 24. But yeah, I honestly wouldn't. And I know Warren does this, right? But he goes heavy into cash. Him and Charlie, they always did that. They preached patience, sitting on cash and waiting for those opportunities. Charlie likened it to sitting by a stream, and when a fish came by, like, you wait. You sit there with your spear, and then when the fish comes by, you go for it. But oh, Dan, you're in it with me on Nextstar. I hope so. And I really like Perry Sook. I love what he's doing. I think people are going to be surprised when the CW one day, they're like, where did this come from? Well, you heard it here first, right? That they're really getting away from, what do they have? Smallville and The Flash and all these, younger demographic shows, but they let those contracts expire, and they are expiring. So they can't just cancel it, but you can see what they want to do. They really want to turn it into like a baby Fox, where you have political events, you have live sports, things like that. Fox News, you know what I mean? They're just News Nation. They're really trying to grow the business. We could talk about forever, but I think they're going to be a good business for years to come, which is making me think, like, so why did I sell a covered call on it? Because I was being a little greedy, sharing it with you guys. All right, I got to get caught up here. My God. More Hormel and Cisco. Oh, fun thing, Kevin. Everybody, I'm going to do news here in a minute. I'm going to get caught up. Nobody let me forget, because there was a little Simply Safe blurb about Hormel that you might be interested in knowing. There he is, my man, Kevin Burgess, does live streams on Monday nights. He's distracting, like I'm usually editing or researching or doing what I'm doing. Oh, by the way, I have been doing more. You guys may not believe me, but I am going through every single stock. I'm going to take a whole year to do this. And I have an investment. Maybe I'll share this someday, but let me show you guys now. I know I'm a lunatic, but I enjoy this. Other people may not enjoy this, and that's why they would want to do ETF investing. But so it's called here we go, investment ideas. And this is what I'm doing. I started with the A's. Why? Because Warren Buffett said if he was starting out today, he would start at the A's and just go all the way down and look for businesses, and particularly the smaller, the better if they didn't have analyst coverage, meaning that there was more opportunity. So I've literally been, dividend or not, I have been excluding ETFs, shell companies, like SPACs and closed-end funds, and then any penny biopharma stocks I've been. But yeah, so you can see I got the A's and we're just going down. I've already got 10 businesses here. And I guess I could share this, one day if you'd be interested. I'm going to be adding a few a week. I'm in no hurry, but I just have a bunch of numbers. And I probably should link these to something so they would update automatically. That'd be awesome. But and then I'm even doing if the CEO bought, kind of just a way for me to keep track of some of these. And this one actually, I guess I'll show you. This AGCO looked really interesting to me. They do, I don't know, this ain't going to show because I'm not sharing that screen. They do farm equipment and things like that. But yeah, that's not going to show. So there you go. There's some A's, and that's that. So I'm going to get caught up to you guys, and then we'll do a little bit of the news. Kevin, you're going to want to see that about Hormel. I don't remember what they saw. Dude, Trevon, I would get out of Walgreens. Something's going on. That dividend is going to be cut. Anybody know what their portfolio or what their yield is now? Isn't it like 10%? No, it's high for a reason. That's the stock market telling us like, hey, something's up with this business that you're going to have to take a ton of risk if you want to invest in them. So not me, man. Oh, Journeyman, what's up? We got a few people from X. I love it. Dude, nice to see you, man. Really nice to see you. The same about people who buy growth dividend stocks. Dude, exactly. And I'll even one-up you on that, not to be a one-upper, but Warren always says that it would drive him nuts when he hears people talk about growth and value stocks, because he says they're one and the same, that growth is a part of value, and value is a part of growth. Like they're intertwined. There is no growth category and value category. Like they're the same. Like it's the same thing. So, but yeah, you're right with dividend growth. I know that's not you meant growth stocks. It just popped in my head. So I guess I'm not one-upping you, but you're right, man. That dividend grows until it doesn't. And like we shared with MetaFast, cutting that, just eliminating the dividend because they want to go a different direction. Your dividends are not guaranteed. The business does not owe it to you. There's no contract. If the business is in trouble, that dividend is going to evaporate overnight. It may get just chainsawed like VFC did. So yeah, I know they say the safest dividend is the one that was just paid. True. But yeah, that next dividend is never safe, never safe. So just always be aware of that. Now, yeah, most businesses would rather, have a CEO would rather lose a pinky toe than cut the dividend under their watch. But sometimes, if VFC, you get a new CEO and they're just like, I don't care what anyone did before. Like, I'm here, I'm going to turn this business around. This is what we're doing. That dividend is getting hatcheted. So yeah, Matt, you've been buying PBR. Nice. See, I don't know. With Brazil, I don't understand the risk there, meaning that with US stocks, I'd be trading the risk I do know and understand for risk I don't know and don't understand with a foreign country. More money for Hershey stock. I'm looking at it, man. It's looking tasty. it was at, I texted my wife. It was at 178, 179 on Wednesday, or was it Thursday? I told her, I was like, if this gets to 170, well, the 160s, I think we're going to buy just, 3, 4, 5 shares just because it just seems so cheap. All right, I'm going to get caught up to all y'all. Yeah, Yahoo Finance, classified stock. You know what? They have their own metric. They have their own way, whatever they're doing, and we don't always know. It could be an algorithm. It could be computer driven. Hey, let me know, Fast Eddie, when you get that time machine ready, because I'd enjoy that. I use a Miller. I have a Miller Bobcat welder. So David, but there's nothing wrong with Lincoln. I've used Lincoln's, always arc welding. I do use Lincoln rods, the 2014 rods, or 2014. Too many. Sometimes you get all these numbers rolling around the noggin and they kind of collide together, Oh, 59 to pick up some Burke A. Well, Jim. Yeah, you finished Buffett's book, right? Fantastic to hear them talk about how, God, Burke, what a mess. Buffett says he wished he never would have bought Berkshire. It was a big. Okay, so they must have gone up in share price a little bit, because I swear that their yield was at like 9% not too long ago. But yeah, just not yeah, you're welcome, man, for that undervalue. That was just my thoughts. I could be completely wrong. And I'm almost caught up to all you people. As a hedge fund guy, yeah, I don't know if I'd ever be a hedge fund guy. I mean, I'm learning, doing my, here we go. Some stats from Jimmy B on, yeah. So Warren he had several partnerships, and then he consolidated it into BPL, right? Buffett Partnership Limited. Right. Yeah. It's crazy. It's so crazy what they've done. There you go. If you ever go in the twilight zone or you're in some kind of twilight zone and you find yourself in the past, all you got to remember, there you go. That's a fun thought experiment. If you right now woke up and you found yourself in, 1950, what would you do? I don't remember all the World Series winners, but I guess with business, I would, when Apple came along, Berkshire, there you go. I would just be buying hand over fist Berkshire stock. That would be an easy one. But I remember some of the Stanley Cup winners, NFL, Super Bowl winners. I remember you could bet on those. But then it makes you wonder, is it because you're in the past? Is that the butterfly effect? Is it going to change things? I don't know why they bought SiriusXM. I think that had something to do with Liberty Media, because they hold Liberty. There's like 3 different iterations, I think, of Liberty Media. And I think that has something to do with SiriusXM. I really don't know, but I think that might be, why they have it. And you always got to be careful, because there's things that are bought and sold out of Berkshire that Warren has no idea of. And he says people will tell him, why did you buy Omega Healthcare? And he'd say, I didn't buy that. I don't even know what that is. I've never even looked at their annual report. So it was one of the lieutenants, or it could have been bought through Geico. Geico could have bought it, and people just assume he does it. But that's the beauty of how Warren runs Berkshire. He wants all the businesses to keep running almost as autonomously as possible. They just, send the profits to Omaha. But David, AGM, I will. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I've got to it yet. I think I might have, but it's fun. Some of them, it takes me maybe 30 seconds to go through the business. So I look at it, I pull it up, look at the stats, and it's like, okay, they have negative free cash flow. It's getting worse. Their sales are declining. They're issuing shares. They're increasing their debt, just burning cash. And right away, and I'm like, and they do, I don't know, medical device equipment for, I don't know, people that are, I don't know, handicapped and use cannabis, something crazy. I'm like, nope. PBR is 3 times earnings. And dude, it may be a good investment, and I salute you. Well, this isn't saluting. I salute you, sir, if you're doing well, and I hope you keep doing well. For me, I don't know. It would take a big leap. Chris, what's up, man? Looking good in your avatar there. Hershey's at a 25% discount to the 5-year average. I think it looks solid, man. It just looks solid. And I don't know why. You know what's going to happen? I keep putting it off. It looks good here. It looks good. Maybe I'll wait for it to get cheaper. And then we're going to wake up, 6 months from now, it'll be $215 a share. And I'm going to be like, why didn't I just buy it? All right. News time, right? I'm almost up. Sorry, I'm skipping over some of these. I hope they're not. You didn't say anything too important. And last one here before I go to news. Bean Count says Warren's. Oh, dude, no, they say you're wrong. At least, yeah. So Warren, that's why he wants everything set up to run like autonomously, meaning that when they buy a See's Candy, they leave the ownership. They want the people that built the business to keep running the business. They want people that are passionate about their business. And I know Warren and Charlie would joke and say that, the people at the top, they're playing, hearts or bridge. They're playing bridge. There's not really a lot of thought coming from the top, at least anymore. So we'll see. Charlie was more of the right-hand man, but I think when Warren goes, we'll see. But all right, here we go quick now, because news you can use from good old Simply Safe Dividends. I'm going to make this bigger for you. So what we do here, as I'm getting a phone call, hold on. It was a cold call. I should have put him on with me. They're trying to sell me on something. I'm going to just start trying to talk to them about dividend investing and how it's great for your financial future. But Organon, this was a spinoff from Merck. This is one that we had received, and I didn't really like the business. It's geared toward women's health. So I ended up selling them, and I can see that yield has come way up. So I think they have issues going there, but their dividend was downgraded to unsafe. May have made this a little too big. I think this is, WEC. Come on. Wisconsin. Sorry about that. Wisconsin Energy raised their dividend 7.1%. We'll go through these quick. So, pause the video if you wanted to read that a little more. They refreshed their outlook on Unilever. There's no algorithm with Simply Safe. It's just 3 people. Ari Gutman had Brian Bollinger on. So that was a very cool interview from Simply Safe. Talks about it there. There you go. They downgraded Hormel's dividend. Granted, it's to the lower end of the very safe bucket. But yeah, they said the pork headwinds and labor costs pressure Hormel's profits, but the dividend remains supported. So anytime that you have anytime you have profitability, not profitability, but profitability, margins compressing, you have to be concerned that that's going to affect the business. So still very safe, but just something to be aware of, a slight downgrade. And then the last one, Bristol Myers is acquiring Karuna Therapeutics for $14 billion. And I'm sure they're using a lot of debt to do that. So they downgraded their dividend, which I don't know what Karuna Therapeutics does. And then that's one other thing I should have told you about with IIPR. They had been raising their dividend pretty nice, sometimes a couple times a year, but the dividend was frozen. So you can see, and they should have had a dividend increase right here, actually, right? 1, 2, 3, count. Right here. They kept it frozen, and now it's only a 1% increase after going pretty quickly with it. So that's a little something. I don't know if they're trying to conserve cash. They see something coming, but there's some news for you. So, we can, pork. So let's finish up with, what are you guys doing for Christmas? What are your plans, or what do you want to look at? Tell me, what is your plans for tonight, Christmas Eve? What do you do for Christmas? Do you run around like a lunatic? Do you have, 5, 6 different houses you go to? Is it a day of running, or what do? Do you have people over? Yeah, Steve, we did the news. Steve usually reminds me. I get bad on it. And yeah, it's become a thing here, and it's pretty nice. Obviously, I know Market Beat and things like, they have a ton of news, but we would spend the whole hour just trying to get through some of the news from the past week. So I kind of like it. We just, whatever it is Simply Safe gives us, some dividend increases and a little bit of, if they upgrade, downgrade, that's what we do. Yeah, BMY, I don't know. I still want to buy more J&J. I've been stubborn, waiting for the 140s again. Looking at the chart, I don't know if it'll get there, but that's, well, we don't know. But what did Macho Man say? The only guarantee, there are no guarantees. Nice to see that you do this stuff. And, in the background. Yeah, you guys have plans tonight. We go to my wife's uncle's house on Christmas Eve. It's just kind of been like the thing for that side of the family. So that's where we'll be, just hanging out. And I usually don't try and talk investing, but hell, some people don't even know I have a YouTube channel, and that's fine. I don't mind, but sometimes it comes up. But but people know if they bring it up, I'll just go like, "What do you think about PepsiCo?" And I'll just spit news at them like a fire hose of information right at them until it gets to be too much and they change the subject. So how about those Bears? I have visited the world's largest Starbucks in Chicago. My kids want to go back there. It's 3 floors. They have a spiral escalator, which is pretty cool. And you see me looking off to the side here because I'd love to show you guys instead of me telling you about it. So let's see how fast I can talk and type and look for the I can't do it. I'm trying to talk, type, and spell. I'm not that good, people. I'm not that good to grab an image for you here. All right, here we go. Let me bring you over to show you this. If you get to be in Chicago, you got to go check it out. It is just pretty dang cool. It looks like this. I don't know what site we're going to here, but Mitsubishi, they built it. That's what it looks like. There you go. So we just learned something, everybody, that apparently Mitsubishi Electric Elevators and Escalators, they built this guy. It's 2 of them. Spiral elevators in, that's the only picture. Yeah. In the Starbucks in downtown Chicago. And there you go. If you want, I don't know. Will that break the system if I'm streaming to YouTube and we tried to play YouTube video? Anyway, go check it out somewhere, anywhere. I don't see any more good pictures, but trust us, they do have a spiral escalator in Chicago. I've taken it. We did it. Great book, really long. The Education of a Value Investor by Guy Spear. I did read that book too. Fantastic. And you will get to the part where Guy talked about, this is what really got us thinking too about owning Altria, which I do realize we bought more shares after we sold IIPR. Parking cash there, got that next dividend until opportunity presents itself and we can exit. But he doesn't want to own tobacco companies because at some point in the business, somebody is harmed, whether it's, in the sourcing of the material or the manufacturer or the end customer, the end user. And I understand that could be subjective because, we could say if you eat McDonald's all day, every day, right? Morgan Spurlock in that movie he did with the what's it called? Documentary? What was the name of that? Where he ate McDonald's 3 times a day for 30 days and then just shared what it did to his body. Yeah, it hurts you, right? It hurts you. So you could make that case, but I don't know if there's a way to smoke, 3 cigarettes a week or something, and it's beneficial for you. I think it's just all around always bad. So plus my wife and I, we lost people on, Supersize Me. Thank you. Thanks. Finally got you to say something, but Supersize Me. Nike margins compression again. I think they're going to be okay long-term. And I guess we have to ask are they a sports equipment company too? Or are they more into fashion and apparel? Are they going to keep trying to go that way? Because if they keep trying to go that way, I think there's a lot more competition when you have that Nike logo on there and it's just clothing. But hey, it's a brand people love. Super, super nice moat. And I'd like to buy them in the 80s. I know I missed my chance way back a little while. I remember stupid. I remember thinking maybe we'll wait for the 70s. Maybe that'd be a pretty good spot. And then next thing you know, it's back in the one teens. Oh, you'd like to go to the Chicago board, the CBOE. Yeah. Hey, I don't know if they do tours there. Did anyone watch the? Oh, I wanted to see that. Really? Okay. Well, that's going to be a good one then. What are you? Sorry, it's almost time, thankfully, because when I go, I don't know. It's hard to say, but I'm not a good loud talker. So there was, bands, but still it was a noisy place. We went and saw the Cure cover band, a couple other bands too. One of them was called Jeff, and they had the umlauts over the E, the two dots. Just did covers, so it was kind of fun. But for me to talk to the people we were with, I had to raise my voice, and yeah, my voice just doesn't handle that well. So I'm not going to be screaming. Oh, look at breaking news here! It was a fraud. Really? I did not know that. That's very interesting. We'll say alleged because I haven't been able to verify that. So I don't want to label anybody an alcoholic, but we'll say that Chris said that. So that's very interesting and something that definitely would have needed to be known. You and your neighbors for Christmas. You bought them all C's candy. Dude, that's beautiful to tie it into that. 1972, I think, is when Buffett and Munger bought C's. And yeah, they almost didn't do it because Warren didn't want to pay up a little bit more than they were asking. And Charlie convinced them to do that. Oh, nice. That would be really cool to see the CBOE. Yeah, I'm right over there. So we got football going on today, right? Football today, football tomorrow, sports, holidays. I mean, you guys I don't know. I hope all of you have somebody. And if you don't, just find somebody to be with, to hang out with, invite yourself over. I mean, you don't have, put it this way, you do not have to be alone on the holidays. I know there's only 60 of us or whatever watching, but you really don't. There's somewhere you can go. There's people you can be with. And for me, there's too many people. We're like fighting, beating off people with a stick, right? But we're fighting off people's invitations. There's just too many people on the holidays that we could go to. Yeah, be still. All right, man. We'll see you. You're taking off. We're about wrapped up. We'll go another 3 minutes here, 2 minutes till hit an hour. So yeah, let me know what do you think? I don't know. Say whatever you want. Go ahead. Just type some crap on the screen. I don't care. The next one will be, I'm going to put a poll out. Maybe I'll put it out when I'm done with this. Oh, I do have the newsletter to finish. So if you haven't done so, sign up below. Kind of a similar topic about our dividend investing plan, the no plan type thing. But yeah, I'm going to finish that. And there it is, Lucas. Yes. No, it was 98%. Dude, everything, kids, college, we're pulling it all out. We're putting YOLO, right? You got to YOLO that, man. So we're putting it all into TSLY. Now, Operation Banana. What is that? Bluth Banana out there from Arrested Development? Oh, dude, I forgot. I should have put that one right there. I should have did the like the Macho Man or something with the whole like this. I got these little video clips like the Costco one we saw.
Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco.
Dude, I love it. It's so fantastic. And yeah, all right, it's about that time. Well, it's about time to hit the old dusty trail. And I really do hope you guys all have a freaking fantabulous Christmas. Whatever it is you do, whatever you celebrate, however you celebrate it, just make sure that you're doing it with consenting adults, and everything, I think, will be a-okay. I hope. Don't try heroin, though. I don't care if they're consenting adults. Just maybe you want to steer clear of that one. Just have fun. Be safe. Use a little bit of common sense. We'll see what the market's going to do this week. And Yeah, I'll put out a poll if you want my wife to come on next week, and we'll just do a hour-long Ask Us Anything hangout for the final show of 2023. Let us know. So, dude, you guys have a good rest of your holiday and do whatever it is you do. I will see you in the next live stream podcast episode thing we do around here. Merry Christmas, everybody.